lead generation has now become a data-driven game, right? The people with the best access to the best data wins the game. And trust me, I know this from running thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of emails per month, and doing thousands and thousands of cold calls per day. The data is how you win the game, right? So you have different types of data. Number one, you have raw data. Data may be event registrations, social media followers slash likes, Google Maps data. So, for example, Google Maps data, it might be enough to initially contact them via email or like on a landline number. However, you're not going to get the personal phone numbers, and personal emails. They're going to be much higher intent. And much easier to reach and actually get your pitch out to. In terms of social media followers and likes, still sort of intent-based data. However, it's not fully enriched. You might be able to drop them a DM, but you won't be able to get their email or phone number unless you have like the likes of SalesNav or something like that. So you have event registrations here as well, which is also another type of intent data. However, a lot of the time, it's not fully enriched. You might also get this with accreditations as well. So you might have accreditations, for example. You might have specific accreditations for certain industries that you're looking at, like manufacturing, engineering, ISO, that sort of stuff, which you can find data on, but it might not necessarily be fully enriched. In terms of database data, I like to call it, there's a few different platforms that you can use, and these are platforms that I highly recommend. So you've got Cognizant, about $3,000 a year, something like that. Lusher, probably a bit more expensive, and then Apollo, which is the cheapest out there. These are all good platforms. You can find mobile, email, that sort of stuff from there. But I would recommend cleaning your data with various cleaning sources. You'll have different sources for phone numbers and different email addresses and US phone numbers, that sort of thing. Because with US phone numbers, it's hard to tell what a mobile number is compared to a landline. It's impossible to tell without actually cleaning it or checking it out. And then you have intent data, which is actually the highest quality data. And if it's fully enriched, then perfect. And I'll actually tell you a little tip about enriching data after I go through this. So next up, you have profile viewers. So for example, on LinkedIn, you have profile viewers, and these sorts of leads are the high intent leads, because I usually message people who have been looking at my profile. They're usually semi-interested in what I do. So it's not even just that they're interested in the product. In general, they're interested in what we do as well. So it goes that little bit step further. You drop them a message, and they're usually very keen to have a chat. They just needed that message from you to go that step further. You have website viewers, which is something you can do more in the US. There's actually a company called LeadPipe, which we've tried out and works really, really well for website viewers. So LeadPipe is really good. You got opt-ins, which is, say for example, you run advertisements. This is a lot of advertisements are just data collection points. And you're collecting email addresses, you're collecting phone numbers and that sort of thing, so you can contact them and book them in for a call and move them along the sales process. So opt-ins are very, very key. If you get someone to opt in into your sort of product or offer advertisement, then these are usually really high quality leads, but you have to pay for them. Giving buying signals. So for example, and just a quick one in terms of advertising, what you could do is you could run advertisements to your website like Google if you're a US based company, and then these website viewers, you can contact them, and then that's basically like having profile viewers that you're paying for. So you'll get the opt-ins and also the website viewers, so you can collect it on both sides. And then next up is giving buying signals. So this may be via them liking someone's post, them being subscribed to someone's YouTube channel, or being subscribed to someone's LinkedIn or Instagram account, which is within your niche or the niche that you're targeting, or they're liking a certain post which targets a specific niche, or they're liking your posts, which is talking about some sort of advertisement of your services, that sort of thing. So giving buying signals. and determining this can be a really good data source. And finally, we have event registration. So you can actually buy data from event registration companies, and usually the data is really, really good. You can reach out via email, you can reach out via calls. Usually email is the most accessible, but the results that we're seeing on event registration is really good because it's buying signals. You can also take the friendly networking approach. So it's really, really good overall. Now, finally, in terms of enriching data, so say you have raw data or you want to enrich the data further, there's a really, really cool platform called clay.com. So clay.com, this is a secret hack I'm telling you guys about, which is actually pretty insane. And we've used it before. It's really, really good. So clay.com, it's a very, very quickly scaling company because of the value that it provides, right? And what that value is that it allows you to do so much enrichment, allows you to do AI personalization, that sort of thing. So feel free to try it out. Feel free to, you can start building for free, building tables and stuff like that, enrich your lists, use AI, that sort of thing. If you have any questions around it, feel free to hit me up, and I'm happy to go over it. Or if you have any questions around data in general, then feel free to message me as well.